Hello and welcome back to Own the Map Challenge Survival 4X. It is now April 1, Year 3. Business is about to pick up. Let's jump in, let's go. And as busy as we're going to be, as always, we're just going to check in with our little sheep, see how they're doing. They have full feed. Our bale is still at over 3,000 litres. We do need some water, so we'll get that in there. There we go. Just like that. And then we are at 37 sheep, so we're back up to where we were. But I do want to quickly check, make sure we've not got any deadbeat stragglers. Anything lower than high. Because high doesn't look... See, overall that should be high, shouldn't it? Because everything is good. Or everything is high, so overall should be high, not good. You know what I mean? Maybe she's getting old. 22 months. Yeah, she is a little bit old for us. We'll send her off for a little bit of chop soon. Whereas this one, 29 months, still pretty damn good. Awesome. Right. Let's just check. But if we've got any problematic ones, it'll be near the top because it'll be the young, or we'll have some really old ones floating about. Oh, extremely high. How are you doing? You're 20 months. Not too bad. Our rams. Our little babies. Hopefully soon we're going to have a bigger pasture and a pen for these. A proper barn. Yeah, all good. Everything's fine. Yeah, when we get to allocating our farm down over yonder, which shouldn't be too long, we'll get on that. So, I was cutting down trees, wasn't I, at the end of the last episode? And I did pretty good. I didn't cut down as many, or I didn't make as much money anyway, as we did first time. We are back up to 415,000. If I quickly sprint across, you'll be able to see the land that I've cleared here. So this had trees all in it. This is all pretty good. That's all gone. I missed a big one. Never mind. Perhaps that's why I didn't make as much money. I missed a tree. And then I'll quickly get over to our other spot. Over here. So this is where we want to put the farm. And in here is when I want to stop. I felt sure I cut down all these deadwood ones. How did I missed one here? Have they? Right, stuff doesn't spawn in, does it? This isn't a thing, is it? So where did all these dead trees come from? Where have all the ravaged trees come from? Because they, well, that one might have been. These ones certainly weren't here. That's interesting. Some of the, I'm pretty sure some of these were regular trees. Did they get damaged, like, in the weather? I had a hailstorm. Did the hailstorm have destroyed some trees? But anyway, as you can see, I've cleared out, or started to clear out, a fair bit. And when I get another quiet patch, I'll come in here and I'll clear out some more. And this whole, yeah, there's loads of them. They weren't all there before. I'm going to go back and check last episode where we came here. Because, yeah, they weren't all there like that. But that's something for future me to look into. Because we need to get planting our soybeans in. Quick check, and soybeans can be planted. So I'm hoping that our farmer, whatever, will be able to do that. Just got a direct drill. Hopefully the direct drill works this time. If not, we've got a lot of cultivating to do again. But also, on the magic grass front, we are ready to harvest. So our grass is ready to cut. So once I've done that, we can get in here. We'll mow all this. We'll mow all the new land that we've freed up. The new land that we've brought down there. We'll bring that up and we'll mow up into there. But we're not going to necessarily plant seed into that bit. And then once we've got that mowed, not sure if I'm going to go off and mow the rest of it. or if we'll get stuck into ploughing it up, digging it up for more field grass and getting that in. So we have things to do. Maybe get my burns look a lot nicer when they're in bloom and got some foliage on them. Much nicer. They were a bit scraggly in winter, weren't they? They don't look too bad now. So we'll get the Farm at Falcon. I was going to say 9. That's a 6. Pro fur on the back. We shall make sure that we are on. Oh, went past it. Cycle all the way through. Soybeans, which is what we need. Start unfolding it. And I'll try and pick a spot somewhere out in the middle, because I like to go down. I like to circle the island first. That's just my way. There we are. So we will get ourselves a GPS. 3 headlands I think should be fine for me. 4 actually might be a bit better because we do come close to the trees on turning. Yeah, I think that's how we'll go with it. Yeah. All set. So that's got us on a route there. We'll lower it down. Turn it on. And it is going to do it for me. Excellent. So we are getting our soybeans in the ground. We are getting on it nice and early. So, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the support on the series as always. Yeah, we're finding ways to make money, to grow, do some things, which is brilliant. Like I say, in between jobs now, I'm going to go off and get some of them trees and do some stuff because I want to get my farm built. I have had a little play and a look into what I would like to have on the farm and the buildings and the placeables and whatnot, and we're going to be looking at requiring about 700, maybe 800,000. It's going to be big. It's going to be like massive, lots of sheds because we're going to have lots of equipment, and then we're going to have more specific type farms with equipment elsewhere on the map, but this one will be like my main farm. I'm going to store a lot of stuff and do a lot of things out of. Make sure that's down. But yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I'm glad we found out about the wood chips because grass and silage was not cutting it for us. We needed something that was going to help us out, get some money going. And I honestly, like, if you've never seen me or any of my content before, and you can't go back and check it, it's all been deleted. But I just never touch wood. To be fair, never do forestry. Never really, unless I'm looking to adjust a field, and then I'll cut down a few trees, and sometimes I'll chip them, sometimes I'll just handball them onto a trailer and we go sell them, like we have done in the past on here already. That's more of my style with any sort of forestry. But that is why also on here I would like to get some agri-forestry going and have a plot, maybe 2 plots, that's not down. Have a plot or 2 where we're going out every few years and cutting some down and planting some and doing that sort of thing. Now, we don't want to then suddenly feel like I'm rushing through this, because that's another thing that I don't like. I don't like being rich in farm sim because it becomes too easy. So yeah, how we manage our wealth now has got to be done sensibly, because it's an own the map challenge, and I can just now go off, cut down a proper shed load of trees and just buy it all up. But then that would be no fun. But so it's only going to be probably when I'm like desperate, or when I'm trying to do it for a reason, that we'll do it. So if I'm like, oh, I really want, this new big thing, or we really want this massive shed, then I'm gonna have to put the time in and go and do some of them trees that I'm not a big fan of. If we haven't made the money. Hopefully, you know, the farm will eventually start to make its money, and, you know, we wouldn't even look like we're boosting finances with tree cutting or anything like that. Now, if I take this off, I want that one. And then we'll try and follow it around where we can. So it's going to sharply turn now, and we'll try and get back on it. That's the only thing with these GPS routes, like, it doesn't always follow them. And I try not to keep comparing to old mods and, you know, 19, 22, 17. But I'm pretty certain that the GPSs that we got from modders worked a bit better than this. I mean, this it's implemented and it works for consoles, which is like a big plus. I get that. But I feel like it's still a step backwards from what we had. I'm such an ungrateful git. So with my island headlands now done, it's stuck into the up and down. I think we're going to get this done reasonably quick. We started pretty early today anyway, so I'm confident that we can get the work done in fair time. So I'm going to stick some music on, get stuck in, maybe give you guys a little bit of time lapse. I'll see you once we're done, because there's a lot of jobs we want to do. It's now 20 past 11. We've got about 2.5 headlands to go. It's gone quite nice, gone quite smooth. I say it's gone quite smooth until we get to the headlands, and when we get round the other side, you'll see it. Where I tried to do my burns and paint my grass and do some things in the yeah, to customise it. I did a little bit where I nipped into the field, and obviously the GPS takes that into account, and it puts a big old zigzag inside the inside the route, and then obviously GPS doesn't like it itself, so I have to be alert. If not, I miss it. First time I was prepared for it, then when I went around the second time, I was engrossed in my F1 coverage, and yeah, that didn't go so well. It's yeah, it's nice. It's good. It's gone good. The seed usage is really low with soybeans, so this is extra cost effective with soybeans because it doesn't cost much to get out there. Seed is low. It doesn't really put fertilizer in. I think there's 1 or 2 little spots where it might have done. Did I remember to put my... I didn't. That's annoying. I'm not sure if it makes much difference on this. When you go through... say with a sprayer or something, and you've got a bit of greenery in there, I think that's when it registers the crop sensor. I doubt it registers off of the oilseed radish. If I bring up my map, it doesn't look like the map is changing, so I don't think it does. Oh, maybe. Although it will change a little bit because we are putting something in, so it'll guesstimate what we're doing. But yeah, I can see in front of us is changing as well as behind, so it does do something. Looks an absolute absolute mess though, doesn't it? So let's see where the zigzag comes in. You can see it pointing out. I have to remember to swing it in. dear, oh dear. I hope you're well. I hope you've enjoyed, if you're in the UK or in Europe, enjoyed your summer holiday. Summer is over here in the UK now. I think the boy has got, at the point of recording this, got a handful of days until he goes back to school. It wasn't the absolute nightmare I thought it was going to be. It's, you know, we had some days where it was, you know, pretty challenging, but overall I think it's been okay. It's been okay. We had some nice days out, and you know, try and give them a little bit of leeway because they are still small. So if you're like me and you are a home parent, good times are a coming. Now, will we take the turn? Go on. Nice. Nice. I said it to only have two round corners on the headland, so the others are pretty straight. So you do have to, you know, switch it off, turn it round, get it going. But these last two should be good. But if you have a lot of round corners on it, sometimes it'll cut in and sort of miss a little bit. So you do have to be careful. But as is the plan, we shall stick the mower on the back and do that. No, we've got enough horsepower now. We could even look to see if we've got a larger mower that we could use. Although the batwing's pretty wide, and if we got a triple mower set up, it might only be about a metre wider. So I think they're like 10, 11 metres. I'm sure the batwing is... No, the batwing's probably only about 6, 7 metres. We'll have a look. I mean, I don't want to spend money just for the sake of spending money. But I do like it when we can get jobs done quick. We haven't looked at the second-hand market for a while either, so we might peruse that to see what's about. But so far, feedback on the new tractor has been pretty good. I think a surprise for one or two. Feedback on my, in quotation marks, login and our wood chips. That feedback from channel members, because they've got the access to that early, was pretty good. Again, I think some maybe surprised. Poor Rusty was worried about my mental health because I was not only enjoying FS25, but I was enjoying doing stuff with trees in FS25, which, as I've already covered, isn't something I do. But when you're making a lot of money, you tend to enjoy it a little bit more. And we weren't using tree harvesters and, you know, like any sort of excavator-y type tool and stuff. I struggle with them. But when we set up for, you know, the agroforestry stuff, and we've got all pines, I think there's different pines that we can plant. If we can, I want to try and get, I think they're called pole pines. They're the ones we cut down anyway. I like the pole pines when we cut them because they generally stay pretty narrow, so they go in the thin wood chipper, and they're straight like a pole, hence why they're called pole pines. But that's what I'd like. Now I'm gonna have bits that aren't quite good. Like that little bit there. Well, we've had to go round and had to do it ourselves. I'm not sure whether I go tidy up. We've got a bit where the zigzag is. When we next plough this field, we'll plough that shape back. We'll make that better. I mean, we're gonna plough an extension in down here, but we're gonna do that after we've obviously done this cut. There's no point in us sort of ploughing it now. Well, I suppose I could have done, actually. Could have cut the grass and ploughed it. Could have cut it early, I guess. Only thinking of it now, though, aren't I? How do we get rid of it? There we go. Get rid of the lines. Don't need them for the minute. So I will get that patch. Yes, it's only a little bit there. That little bit there. It seems to make a big difference with the GPS. And I will just get that little tuft here. The bit at the bottom I'm going to leave. I'm not going to worry about that. So we can turn the cedar off. So I was considering getting a small shed up here, weren't I? But now that we've made the money, I might leave that for now. And then when we repurpose this area, we might just have a little shed where that shed is. We might leave that shed up here. Might leave the greenhouses here as well. But we'll then bring the field up further maybe. Or do something. We'll do something with the land. But we are on mowing next. Mow. We're going to have a lot of mowing to do. Finally got it on. There. It's the bigger tractor. I struggled to get it in the gap. Never mind. Right. So we shall start down the other end. Now I think, if I remember rightly, Simu Dad had done some quick math with regards to our garden, air garden things. I call them something different every time. Our allotment here, because it does make a fair old bit of money. And I said, like, if we, instead of filling it up, I should have got a second one, and then we'd have, you know, doubled our income, which would have been crazy. I think he worked it out. Like, it would have been like $500,000 a year we'd make off 2 of them, something like that. I can't remember the exact comment. I'll try and find the comment and put it on screen for you while I'm talking about it. But yeah, it was a lot of money that we could make with that. Now I think the real mower bit is on, so it should take down the bushes as we go round. I'm not going to go right to the edge on this one because I do want to keep some of the bushes here. Oh, we'll be able to buy a really big forage wagon now, won't we? Oh, and I just thought of it. We can do silage again. We'll fill our silage clamps up. Oh, we don't get nothing for that? Oh, dear. That's just... There's no grass. That was just roughage. Shameful. We'll try and keep it nice and round. Easier to set my GPS up when we do come down here with that. But this is a lot more land for this meadow, which is good. Which is very good, in fact. Oh, I don't know why I followed that up. Well, to be fair, I now know there's not going to be much grass. But there was a reason why we cut it, so let's use it. There we go. So, no grass from any of that. Oh! It's alright. It's fine. The bits where there are grass, we will get lots of grass, so it's absolutely fine. Oh, if I'd have marked it up as a custom field, custom meadow, I could have got Courseplay to do it for me. I just want to check that I am still in my land, because I think with real mower it'll let me mow what's not mine, so I do have to be careful. I mean, we won't be able to pick it up. That is it for us. Okay. I am fine with that. If I... yeah, square across. Now, I'm not gonna... I'm not sure if I'm gonna worry about... excuse me. Mowing up that bit. We might as well, mightn't we? I might as well mow that up as well. Maybe not go right up against the field, but we'll mow in it with the sort of distance that we give this. Because there's grass there. There'll be a few bales. That'll be, you know, a few grand. Might as well have it. Might as well have it. If I didn't have 400 grand sitting in the bank, I wouldn't have even thought about it. I would have definitely mowed it. So we will still mow it. If you're watching this and you subscribe to the channel at 8:48 on Thursday, the 28th of September. August, not September, of August. Then thank you very much, because I just got the ping. But that is our first headland done, so I shall crack on. I'll get this all mown, and then I'll bring you back periodically as we do the other jobs, but to try and keep this as short as possible with as much in it as possible, I'm going to shut up. Well, it's it's now 9 AM on April 2. I'm now finishing cutting all of the grass that we've got. I say all of it. There's a patch down in the south where I want to build my sheds. I haven't cut that. But as you can see, top right hand corner, we have a tornado inbound. So I don't know what that's going to do for us. But I'll just finish my cutting. The rain's only just started. I've not been cutting in the rain. I do tend to stop, but I figured I've only got this little strip left. And I'll quickly drive around and I'll show you what I've cut. So, bring it up. This is the area sort of opposite where we already had our meadow. So this was our meadow. That's all cut. I've cut here, clearly. And then if we come down, I'll probably end up putting a little track in here as an entranceway. I've not seen a tornado yet. I've had the hailstorms, but I've not seen a tornado. What's that blue patch? Oh, that's my... So what's that on the map? That's me open air garden. What a fool. Yeah, so we've got all that grass. We've got the grass behind us. I have cut the patch of grass south of our field that we just planted. So south of the soybeans has been cut, so we can bring that in, and then that'll be eventually ploughed up, but I'll leave a little strip. I won't bring it right into the field yet. And I've also, opposite the oat, it's not the oats, I think it's wheat or barley. We got grown up there so long ago now, I forget. But up with what's over there, I've cut the bit of grass that goes off up on the track and then come across like a little triangle. So that's cut as well. So I've been busy. It did take a while. It is now a completely different day for me in real life. I was cutting grass until about 11:30. I was struggling to keep my eyes open, so I thought, you know what, we'll come back tomorrow. And literally it is tomorrow as well, in game. But I'll get this put away. I'll try and keep my eyes out for a tornado. If I can see it, we'll go and chase it down. If I can't, then we'll just come back whenever the storm has sorted itself out. But I've been brave, and I've gone out and I've found our hurricane. Fortunately, it's quite a distance away from our farm at the minute, so we should be pretty safe. I don't even think it's heading our way. If I just give it a little... You can see, there it is. It's not really moved much. I'm not sure how fast they move across the map. But we are way off the other side of those trees. Also, this is the first time I've come to the edge of the map. I didn't know that this map didn't have a map edge. So that'll be interesting when we come to farm on that side. But yeah, thought I'd show you the tornado, the hurricane. Also, while I was out and about, I'll take you there. We travel pretty quick in here. It's the first time I've actually gone off and sort of done any sort of exploration of the map. We're way over there, so you can see how safe we are. Look, that's us. That's our farm so far. Right. That's the map. This takes me forever to farm. We're going to own all this. Mad. But yeah, I was looking around for the hurricane. And over here, and again, I didn't know this was here. If I knew this was here, I'd have probably brought this bit of land first. There's a random shed. There's a random bale shed here. I wonder if it's a storage shed. If we brought the bit of land, I wonder if that would be a storage shed. But yeah, that's over there. I didn't know that was there. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on the hurricane. Still way off over there. It's just about to see the dust kicking up. We'll wait out the rain and the storm in our little hut. Well, it's now 1:30. The storm has blown through. It didn't come through our way, so we were quite fortunate in that. Hopefully they stay at the map edge if any more come along. But yeah, it's now 1:30, so that was a big chunk of the day we lost to the storm. Now, what I want to do in my grass is, because I want to silage some. Not that it makes us a lot of money, but we've got our silage clamps and things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off and we're going to windrow the small part over there. And then I'll buy a pickup and we'll pick that up and we'll load that into the bunkers. If they're not full, I'll go and row another little bit, because I don't want to row everything, because I need to ted it for hay. So if I row it all, then ted it afterwards, then it's, you know, it's not much use to us. We've got to do it all again. So if I just row a bit and then pick it up, load it, and then if we need a little bit more, I can roll some more, or I can rake some more. So we'll get this on. But I'll head off to the other little bit first, because that's the bit you didn't see when I was showing you. Just around this way. So yeah, we've got a lot of grass, got a lot of baling to do. I'm going to try and smash through all this. This might be a long episode. They're all long episodes, so I don't know why I say it. This is going to be a long episode. But I'm going to try and get all of this grass work done, so we're not carrying it on again. And then, it depends on how things are going, episodes-wise and work-wise. Like, we might just take it as a given that when I buy new land, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to do all this stuff with it, so we don't have to show this every time I buy new land. We've brought 3 bits of land, we've done it 3 times. I guarantee you I am going to do this every time I buy a bit of land, and it's going to take up a whole month of me doing it. So we might just start doing it so we come back after I brought the land, or whenever I do it, that, you know, you're going to find it's all done and we've got some money in bales and stuff. And because if not, it's just every few episodes we're just going to get the exact same episode. If that makes sense to you guys, I don't know. Hopefully it does, because I don't want to be doing the same thing for you guys. I'm going to have to do it regardless. But if every 3 or 4 episodes at the minute, oh, I bought a new bit of land, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go cut it, and I'm going to go rake it, and I'm going to ted it, and like, it gets a bit monotonous. Whereas if you know, I've brought this land, I'm going to go and do that, and then when we come back, we'll get back to the farm. Then we can sort of progress a bit quicker as well. Speaking of which, I'll shut up. I'll get this raked, and then we'll come back as I pop to the store to get ourselves a nice big forage wagon with a pickup on it. So I've decided in my great wisdom, often talk about my great wisdom, that I'd come down and I would rake the grass up down here as well, because then as the silage is being processed, because it doesn't all ferment at once because it works as a production, I can top it up again. So then it just feels like it's a little bit more value to us. Or I can just put this on my open land clamp and sort of pack that down at some point, depending on how much there is. If there's a lot left, I might do that. If there's not a lot left, then we'll just sort of throughout the months top it up, keep it going, do some more as we sell it, sort of thing. I think once this started passing through, we can fill it up anyway. It has the 150 capacity fill for the silage, but it also will hold 150 of grass at the same time and 150 of chaff. Yeah, so I could even pour the grass onto the landfill, because the landfill will turn it into the chaff, and then take it off the land clamp as chaff and then put it into the processor. Many options. I'm sure they're all more complex than they need to be. I'll just leave it and put it in when I'm ready. While we're in the store, we'll just fill up on some diesel. That'll do its thing. And down under forage wagons, we wanted a big one, didn't we? Big, and I think 4.6. It was the Fent, wasn't it? The big Fent. 250 horsepower required. And so we'd fill this up 3 times. That's much easier, isn't it? It really is. Right. So speed sticker is on the back. Don't need that. Beta rotors. Is that on the front? Let's have a look. Not knowing what they are. Don't know where to look for them. Are they on the inside? Are they on the back? Ah, for when we empty it. I'll put 3 on. Let's see what it does. Main color's fine. Cover. Yes. 174,000. Buy it. So we now have ourselves, I think it's called a Tygo 100 XDR. Didn't even look at what I was, just the big Fent one. That was what I knew I wanted. See if I can get this without smacking into that. It is the Tiger 100 XRD. God, it's close, wasn't I? Right. What an absolute monster. Get me some of that. Just have a little fiddle with the... oh, I like that. I like it. We'll keep it close for pickup. We've got more rain coming as well, annoyingly. Should we pick up in the rain? I think we should. I think we should pick up in the rain. Try and get it up before it rots. That's the thinking behind that one. And we'll start on the little patch of grass northwest of our growing field. So pickup is already lowered. Let's get that on there. And this is going to be so much quicker and so much more efficient than how we were doing it with the ribbery. I think, anyway. I hope. It was just so slow. It wasn't necessarily the pace of the ribbery, right? It was that we could only pick up as we cut, and we only cut like a 3 meter width. Whereas now, because we've rode, what, 6 meters? 9 meters? I forget how big that class rake is. So we're picking up whatever that is. I think that's 6 meters. Maybe more. So that's more efficient. That is more efficient. I swear by it. There we are. Already at 20%. So we need 6 of these. So going by what we're going to see here, probably get 2.5 wagons out of this part. So then maybe 4 out of the bottom meadow that we cut, or the bottom meadow grass that we cut. So yeah, I think we'll have enough to fill our 2. I don't think we'll have a lot left over though. I don't think. I'm just going to keep that running. But again, I'll shut up. I'll get cracking, and I'll bring you back as we are probably full. There'll be chances to see this new machinery. We will see this many times over. I hate to feel like I'm skipping over jobs, but I just hate dragging it out when I know we're going to do it a million times. Well, it's now 7:15 in the evening. I've filled the first clamp. That's up, that's running, that's good. I think, looking at what we've got now, don't think I'm going to get 3 full trailers, so I'm not going to have any sort of overflow carrying that's going to need to go in the landfill off this. So what I'm going to try and do, I want to keep going into dark. I'll put more lights on so I can see. I'll go into dark. I'll keep doing the pickup until I'm done, and then I'll sleep through till morning, because it's going to be April 3. I've still got 2 massive areas of grass to ted, to rake up, and then to bale in the next 2 days. So I'm going to be working flat out on that. But I shall keep going, and I'll probably try and get a little bit of the tedding and the rowing in, and then bring you back properly for a spot of baling. That's how I might do it. We'll see how my time goes. But yeah, that's sort of the plan. I'll get this one back up to the farm, and I'll see you again some point tomorrow, I think. Well, finally we've almost finished our first round of grass work for year 3. It is now April 4. It's 5 to 9 in the morning, and if you check the little clock above it, date and time, I believe we are 4 days on from when I first started cutting the grass. I did take a day off in between, but I've been doing this for a few hours a day, every day, trying to get everything done. But I think we must now be pushing on for about 130, 140 bales. We can bring that up. We can have a look at our bale counter. 141, plus we'll probably get another 1 or 2 out of here. There are 2, maybe 3 that are the wrong size. While I was doing something on another field, I pressed some controls, doing some things, and I changed the bale size. I believe they were like 4,500 litres. I think it was 2 of them. But with all these bales, and through what we've put in the clamp, the silage processors, as it were, we have processed near on a total of 1.5 million litres of grass this month. That's a lot of grass. That is a lot of grass. We'll get one more out at the end here, I think. Hopefully that'll drop. A full one. Oh, perfect. Right. Lift that up as well. A lovely job. Now, as much as I wanted this to be, again, a quick episode, just get this grass done, we'll get started on the next thing. this has been such a long process, and I've wanted to show as much as I can where I can without it being overly repetitive and overly strained. So it'll probably be that August is all April is all one episode, and this grass work is going to be our episode. But I do want to sell the hay before we say Auf Wiedersehen. So we'll just put this away, and we'll get our bale collector on, and we're going to start collecting the bales on the furthest meadow, the furthest grass away from us. Over here as well, like way over there in the distance is where the small bales are, so we should get some that don't go on here. With these we have to collect them up at the end. They have to be sold last, or I might just move them over to the farm and use them for feeding. Since there's only, like I said, I think it's 2. I don't think there's any more than that. I'm sure we only messed up 2. I think you can see it's that little one there in front of us actually. There it is. Let's give that a nudge. So yeah, that's one of them. We'll see how many there are. There might be another one, there might not. Be nice if there is only the one. Nope, there's 2. There's 3, I see 4. Is there 4? So where are they? There might be more. Oh, I'm sure I didn't mess up that much. Are these all smaller down here? They aren't. So why is it just like random? Okay, but we got a few, as you can see. I'll get them smaller ones moved over to the farm, and they'll get rotated in to feed the sheeps. But we're currently sitting on 269,000. So I think it'll be best if I try and get this all done, so we can get the episode wrapped up, and we'll see how much money we've made through all of our grass work in April. So we're just collecting up our last 4 little bales. I want to put these on the farm, like I say. I loaded up 4 from our stack by the sheep, so we could have a full trailer as we went and sold them. But hopefully, Lassane, we got about 24,500 for each trailer load. So we're now up to 416,000, which is nice. And I'm thinking now that I'll spend whatever time I've got left now in April and May as well, because we've not got any. Well, no, we've not got any. Our soybeans aren't going to be ready until June, so we've got a few months till the soybeans are going to be ready. So I want to spend the next month ploughing up and cutting in our new fields. I'll probably save one of them or a bit of one of them to bring back to, because then we'll finish that. We can then get some soil samples. We shall spread lime, do whatever we need to do, and maybe even seed something if there's something that we can plant, sort of end of May, early June time, and see if there's something we can do then. So that'll pretty much put an end to this one. I'll try and have that all done, because if not, it's just going to be another really long session for me doing that, just to try and get a little bit of the next episode. So I might as well just do all that now, get that done and out of the way, and then we can come back with a few more other jobs to do. But yeah, I might even, you know, see what sort of time we got. I might go off and place all the, not all, but some of those dead trees that turned up. Like I still don't understand. I haven't looked into it. I don't know why it appeared like a load of dead trees that turned up when we hadn't had dead trees there before. So I might go take them out. So if we have got a big lump of money back again, I've hired a wood chipper and I've taken out some trees. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I managed to do something with this. Like I say, it's been about 4 days of doing to get this episode. 4 days real life and 4 days in game. So yeah, hopefully this is going to help us. We're going to have, by the time I come back next time, we'll have 3, maybe 4 new fields. Our grass will be, or our meadow area will be much bigger. That'll be ready to plant. So yeah, we'll have that to plant as soon as we've limed it, fertilised it, and got that ready anyway. So yeah, we will have something to plant. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. So like I say, hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give a big fat thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Turn your bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. Massive thank you to the channel members. You guys are absolutely awesome. I do appreciate the support. If you yourselves would like to support the channel further, you can. Press the join button. Channel membership start from 99 pence. All tiers of channel membership get early access to all the content we put out on the channel. While you're down there, have a little look, check out some merch, or hit the hype button if you've enjoyed this, because that really does help our content out at the minute. You guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.